Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Who's here? Andrea. Hi, sweetie. Good morning to you. I hear my phone. So let me make that go away. Hang on a minute. Okay. Let's try that again. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Miss Deirdre. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday, isn't it? Is it Friday? Is it Friday? Yes, we made it to Friday. All right, so let's have some yays going on this Friday. There we go. Share, share, share. What is your yay? But before we do anything, we do the heart-brain coherence, the heart, mind to the divine, as we like to say here at Morning Cuppa. So, morning, Auntie Jean. All right, so into our hearts we go with the breath. Deep breath all the way in. Fill up your lungs completely. Release it slowly. Do it again. Take another breath in and focus on peace. Focus on our P, family. Focus on joy, on love. And then release that one. And then when we take this next breath in, give yourself a hug. Just absolutely love on yourself this morning and say, I love you. And breathe that back out. That's better than doing jumping jacks, isn't it? It really does revitalize you when you tune into your heart and you connect it to your brain, and your brain says, hello, it's Friday. Let's have some yays. I have a yay. Auntie Jean is here. Good morning. And Kim McElwain, thank you for being here. Sally and Tony, and thank you for sharing. There's our Marietta, my beautiful sweetheart lady. I just keep waiting every day, Marietta, for you to let us know that you're back on the water, because I know that's where your heart is. You love being out there on that beautiful Sweet Dreams. So I pray for that every day, that I'm going to wake up and Marietta is going to give us good news today. Good morning, Brookie. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful morning to see all of you here. Hello, hello. And little Hilma is here with me, but she just spotted something outside that she's going to go stalk. Not sure what it is, but she does. That's all that's important. She knows what she's after. All right, so the angels had a message for us. Watch the intersection. Auntie Jean, you're going to already know what this is all about, aren't you? I don't know if you've read it yet or not, but I'm going to read it to us. Watch that intersection. The image of intersection is simply meant to represent the point where the world intersects with you, where your path crosses that of others, where you encounter situations in your daily life, where you experience those things that cause you to feel or behave in a certain way. That's from A Course of Love by Mary Perrone. Good morning, Kathy Hand. In studying A Course of Love tonight, we learned how we intersect with other people and situations in life. An interesting point was made about how we view others and how others view us. I find it interesting that so many times we judge each other in life based on one incident or one verbal exchange. When we understand that we are spiritual beings inside these human bodysuits, we have a responsibility to our higher power to be open and non-judgmental of each other. Yet it happens again and again. Perhaps it's the clothes that are worn, or the accent, or even the color of skin that brings on a moment of judgment without finding out anything at all about the person. As I was scrolling on a popular social media platform today, I came across two young girls talking, and it seemed they had a good following. About a minute into listening to their conversation, I heard, quote, "I hate him," referring to a popular entertainer, and both started tearing him apart. Their reaction was to a specific piece of this person's life and not to the other pieces of who he is or how he is around his parents, siblings, friends, or children. It was the perfect example of a blind reaction to one intersecting aspect of another person. Dear angels, being non-judgmental involves recognizing and honoring the unique paths and journeys of each individual, while also understanding that we are all part of a larger cosmic tapestry. It is about supporting each other, lifting each other up, and holding space for one another as we navigate the challenges and the triumphs of our spiritual evolution. Dear ones, striking out or criticizing a fellow being only adds to the illusion of separation. When you realize that everyone is interconnected in the oneness of all that is, you then realize that as you judge another, you are judging yourself. As you criticize a perceived flaw in another, it is you that you are seeing as less than. Tap into this collective energy so you can amplify your spiritual growth and create a ripple effect of positive change in the world around you. Criticism and judgment have no place in your spiritual growth. Your words are powerful and send out an energy, either positive or negative, into the collective field of consciousness. Do you really want to hinder your spiritual growth in this way? Think before you make that comment about someone else and realize that you are commenting about yourself. We encourage you to show only love in all your interactions and intersections in life. Dear angels, today I promise to see only love, speak only love, and show only love to others. Wow. Yeah, that was such a powerful chapter that we studied last night in A Course of Love that it just stuck with me, and I had to talk to the angels about it. And it was so interesting because I knew as soon as we started talking about it and discussing it, I knew that it was deep and we needed deeper answers to how to deal with seeing each other in the oneness instead of looking at one little piece of that person's life, which is what happens so much, isn't it? Get to know each other. That's a huge message, huge. Once you get to see that person, really see them and see different aspects of them, then see if maybe your perspective changes. Maybe you judge somebody as an angry old coot that just doesn't like life. But maybe that person has something really hard going on in their life, and you don't see that. All you see is the anger. So before you start throwing stones, take a moment and pause and really see that person. See them through your spiritual eyes. And Sally says, this has been one of our toughest yet great journeys. The time we spend looking in a mirror and becoming brutally honest with ourselves to see where we are holding judgments of another. I've been working on this for a while now. It's a work in progress. We're not going to have perfection right off the bat, right? But when we are aware, that's the key. When we become more self-aware of how we're treating others, what are we doing, making a snap judgment about somebody? I encourage all of us, including myself in this, all of us, to just pause. And when you meet somebody, or when you even see somebody or see them on the social media that you're on, or interacting with them through work or through a class or whatever, don't just jump to that automatic assumption that you know who they are and what they're all about. Really take the time to see each other. So I made that promise. I made the promise that today I'm going to see only love, no matter who it is. It might be the most hated person in the world, and I think there's a list of those. From what I understand, there's a lot of people right now that are hating on a lot of people. But I'm going to see only love. I'm going to see that person as that little innocent child. If we can do that, if we can look at somebody who's maybe spewing anger or being belligerent or making some really bad decisions, and see them as their innocent child that they started out as, and say, I love this soul. Don't have to like the person, don't have to accept their viewpoints or whatever it is that they're speaking, but love the soul, because it's you. We're all one. So everyone that we're seeing in our world, in our 3D, it's us. So love the soul. All right, Robin, good morning. And Kim says, I treat all with love. The hardest is when people treat you with hate. Yeah, just keep showing love. That's the thing. That's what dispenses the hate. That's what, no matter what they are doing, and I put they in quotes, it's what you're doing that makes the difference. Are you showing love? And it's hard. I'm not going to soften it. I'm not going to say this is an easy thing to do, because it's not. I'm not going to lie about it. There are people that have shown me such hatred and contempt and lied about me and all of that. I just show only love. I do not speak bad about anyone, because if I do, I'm speaking bad about me. I'm adding to the problem. So show only love. And Kathy said, this is so true, Teri. I am really trying not to come to quick judgment or react too quickly. Yeah, it's that problem that we have as humans, isn't it? But it doesn't have to be a problem. It can be a lesson. Every experience is a lesson. Good morning, Charlie. And Deirdre says, one of my favorite things to do is study the human condition. That's why I watch judge shows and such. I love all humans because they're on their journey. They do make our lives better for contrast in our duality. Yeah, they do, because we're learning the lesson when we're observing. Auntie Jean, and Jean was in the discussion last night, as was Charlie, about the intersection and how we have so many intersections. People come and go in our lives. That's an intersection. Auntie Jean says, I once saw a sci-fi movie where aliens were invading humans and sharing the human's body. When they found how to remove the alien, it was in a little shell. When they opened the shell, there was the most beautiful spirit being inside. I'm going to always open people's shell and see their beautiful spirit inside before I make a judgment. How beautiful is that, Auntie Jean? Thank you for sharing that. Yes, there is that beautiful spirit inside every being. no matter what the outside appearance. And that is such a huge lesson. And it's one that it takes a while to really get that. All right, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say before I read Sally's comment. And welcome in our Hope Wellington Marshall. Hi, darling. Thank you for being here on this Friday. Kuan Yin says, her hand gently guides the, no, her hand gentles the war. No matter how much chaos there seems to be in your world, trust it. It is just what is necessary to move you into the right place at the right time for what is meant to be in your future. When it is no longer needed, her hand shall gentle and end the war. She's talking about the war inside of each of us. And we do have that. We have a battle that goes on constantly. That's this human condition where we might unjustly or unkindly, or we might find ourselves making a decision, a choice to do something that's not for the best and highest good. So there's a battle that goes on. And are we going to win that battle? Are we going to win by showing only love? Because that is what gentles the war. That is what helps us come to the realization of who and what we are. And I have coffee this morning. Sally says, that is my little sister, full of darkness. I can't stop praying for her to wake up and see what's happening to others because she refuses to see. It's all in what you're doing, Sally. Her journey is her journey. And yeah, she might refuse to see, but that's for her to wake up to. That's for her to come to a realization. And sometimes it takes a happening, such as a dark night of the soul, for people to wake up. Sometimes we reach that rock bottom and there's no place else to go and no one else to point a finger at besides ourselves and say, whoa, what's going on here? And become the observer. Keep praying for her. Keep lifting her up. And keep showing only love. That is our huge, huge message today. To show only love. And Sally says, when I see a spirit leave a body, I see this beautiful golden sparkly light. It's beautiful to see a soul depart on the spiritual aspect of life. It is. It is really a beautiful thing. And, you know, even before that last breath, the spirit is already going. It's already leaving and joining in with the higher self. And then at that last breath, there's like the final, it's like when you exhale and it just feels like you're going into nothingness. And that's what the spirit does. It just leaves that shell behind. So Auntie Jean, I just loved your message, and that's how we can see it. This is a shell. And what's inside of that shell, that's what matters. It's what's in our true heart that matters. So show only love to everyone, no matter what. No matter what. It doesn't mean that you're going to take abuse. I'm not saying that at all. That's totally different. But keep showing love and being non-judgmental. And you're taking care of you the best way you can by loving. Oh my gosh, our Jim just showed up. Hello, Jim Mershon. Good morning, good morning. And yes, it is a glorious Friday. Off to work, but listening. Oh, Jim, I think I'm going to be seeing you in maybe a week or so. Maybe a little bit more than a week, but we'll see how the travel goes with that. But I'm going to be meeting up with our Jim Mershon in Arizona. And so excited about that I get to see you and to spend some time in conversation with you. All right, so it's 8:30 on a Friday morning. How are you doing? Or as Joey would say, how you doing? And check in, and let's have some messages. I think we've already had a beautiful teaching this morning from the angels about the intersections of life. Our smart and wise blue gene says we automatically move to judgment to know how to work in the situation. For instance, you make an appointment to have your car worked on at a garage. Judgment is you will be talking to a mechanic. The knowing is to not limit a person to one instance or judgment or discernment. I did an exercise years ago now. Breathe in love, then release what no longer serves. I set my attention for this to happen all day. I'd check in with my body to make sure I was still doing this. This really helped and changed my life in every instance of my activity with people. I love that. And thank you for the reminder to keep checking in. Keep checking in. It's not a one-off thing, you guys. We can't just look at one person and observe and say, okay, I love that person. And then maybe the next hour or so, we're in an argument with somebody or we're raging at something somebody says. It has to be ongoing. It has to be everyone. It can't be just one person that we are doing this with. Good morning, Isabel. Thank you for being here. All right, if somebody wants a page read, you need to throw me out a number. And Sally says, that's what happened to me. I had an attachment and then experienced dark night of the soul. Then I happened upon Teri as well as a Reiki master. That was crazy. Life can be a little crazy at times, can't it? Can't it, Hilma? Hilma's saying, good morning, everyone. So, page 11. Thank you, Kim McElwain. Let's see what page 11 holds for us and see if this teaching continues. What you doing, baby cakes? Do you want to come up here? Come up here. Get up here and snuggle in. She doesn't like that I'm talking to you guys and not to her. There you go. Good morning. I don't know if you all can see her. She's right here beside of me. Say, good morning, Hilma. Oh, she's making biscuits on my house coat. So she is the sweetest little thing. I just love her so much. Page 11 says, lead by example, shine your light, step up, and allow yourself to be seen and heard. Know that your mission is to be the light. Those with eyes to see and ears to hear will do so. That's it. You know, the angels can give us lessons, and they do give us a lesson every night. But they can give us all the lessons in the world. It's up to us to do so. Those with eyes to see and ears to hear will do so. It's an ongoing lesson in life. And it's an ongoing blessing also. Because when we get that lesson, when we finally let it go through these thick skulls, and I'm talking about myself, okay? When it finally seeps in there and I go, aha, that's what you mean, angels. Then we smile at the world and know that this is a big playground and we can have it as a playground and not as a prison. Kathy Hand says, I long to be a testament to others that love is definitely needed to help others beat addiction. I want to show that it's not always necessary to kick your loved one out of your life and house. That's so beautiful, Kathy. I know you never gave up, even though it was really hard at times. Thank you for hanging in there for Colin. And Brookie says, such an important message. Thank you. Our pastor had a great sermon last week about being aware of our anger and our judgments, and admitted how quick he was to judge someone who was so loud and argumentative he got kicked out of a softball game. He noticed his personal judgment and got himself back in check. Even as a loving man of God, he faltered, said that is one of our biggest sins to be aware of and mend. Yeah, it's all about self-awareness. You guys, we are here on a journey of spiritual growth. We're all here helping each other, walking each other home, as Ram Dass says. We're all here to shine our lights. And if we're spewing anger, if we're responding to someone in an angry and argumentative way, what is that doing? It's certainly not shining a light for someone to look at and see love, is it? All right, page 2 for Sally and Tony. And good morning to our Annie 7. Page 2, so let's go there. What you think, Hilma? Yes, page 2? She's ignoring me because I ignored her. I was talking to you guys, and she did not like that. Dear ones, unconditional love is a divine force that has the potential to transform you and the world around you. By embracing this love as your guiding principle, you can transcend the limitations of your ego and align with your higher self. That's exactly what happens. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever done that turnaround where your ego is telling you that you should stay away from somebody or just keep your distance because maybe they're loud, maybe they're obnoxious, maybe they're not your cup of tea, right? And so you just kind of take a step back and you don't really see that person. You just see the outside appearance. And then once you observe and you get to know them and find out more about their life and maybe what is that defense they're putting up. That's what a loud person usually does. They use that as a defense for not having to feel, for maybe being hurt in life. And then you realize the more you see them, which is you seeing you as well, you're in alignment with your higher self until you release that judgment, until you release the fear that maybe you're going to see something in them, right? Because we see a part of ourselves in every person that we intersect with in life. So releasing all judgments, releasing the fear, releasing criticisms, and looking at flaws, what we perceive to be flaws, then we can really align with who we are and keep checking in, as our blue jean reminded us. Auntie Jean says, I've been waking up at 444 every morning. Let's see what page 44 says. I keep seeing triple numbers. Yeah, it's important when you keep seeing those triple numbers to make a note of them. That's what I do. I just keep writing them down. I keep seeing pretty much the same triple number to get messages. And I have to blame my buddy Bob in spirit. He always sends me a message through 111. So anytime I keep seeing that 111 over and over and over again, he's pounding it into my head that I need to pay attention. So look at what the numbers are, Jean. That's my advice. If I were to have some advice, look at the number and see the meaning of it, and then it's coming up for you to pay attention to. So what's on page 44 that we need to pay attention to? Once you start that again. Once your eyes are opened, You cannot unsee what is real. Take time to help each other understand. There is power in togetherness. Your light will shine brighter when you stand together. I think we all know and understand that where two or more are intending the same thing, where we are lifting up a prayer or just lifting up an intention, such as peace in the world, or more love, or more abundance, whatever it might be. If there are two or more that are working together on that, it's exponential. It just really shines out further and wider and makes it more powerful. So stand together. And that's what this family does. That's what we do every day. We stand together in love. We stand together in supporting each other and appreciating each other. So I love that. So, Auntie Jean, stand together. You are not alone. And you are so wise, and you have helped so many with your words of wisdom and with the way you love. You love so deeply in everything that you do. And thank you. Thank you for being our wise guru. We appreciate you so much. And Blue says, I am so heart happy for this, for you, Kathy, Colin, with your family. I know that your comment was not filled with judgment of others, but a declaration of your path. Thank you for you. Oh, I love that. And yeah, it's been a journey, hasn't it? And we've been right there beside of you, Kathy. We love you so much. And let me see if we have any more page numbers. If there's one more, we've got time for one more page. And Sally says it's our faults that need healing. Yeah, it's just a lesson. It's just a lesson. And when we have self-awareness, then we start to release some of that judgment against ourselves as well. We start to loosen up and let go of what we thought was rock solid in our belief system and be more open. Blue says, one of the reasons why Kuan Yin so fills my heart is her fall on her path of ascension. Then after her fall and much changed, she stepped back on her path, as we all do. We all do. We're all going to live and learn. That's it. We're going to live and learn. And as we learn, then we share with others what we've learned, right? Those are the best teachings. When somebody has had an experience where maybe they did fail. There is no such thing as failure, but maybe they did take a step off the beaten path that they were on. And then we learn from what happened when they did that. All right, Charlie wants page 52. All right, let's go there, and then we'll go into our prayers. So I'm going to put in here for you to please type in any prayer requests that you have. We went over our list yesterday, which I knew threw a lot of people off because we normally do that on Wednesdays, but somebody couldn't get out of bed in time on Wednesday. But this morning and yesterday morning, I was able to do that. So here we are, page 52. And isn't it a beautiful day? And aren't we all beautiful? Look at yourself. Look at the mirrors that are around you, this wonderful, amazing family, and see your beauty. All right, page 52, and then we're going to go into the prayers. Love never left you, dear ones. It cannot, as you were created as a spark of divine love. As you uncover what that means, you will find yourself opening your heart to receive what is your birthright. I love this. I love this message. Love never left you. Let's feel that love together. Let's go into this prayer time with so much unconditional love in our hearts, seeing each other inside this shell of this human body, really seeing through, like our Auntie Jean explained earlier, going right to the core of who we are, which is what this statement just said. We are made as a spark of the divine. Everything else is just background noise. Just look at that in your life. Look at it in other people's life. Everything else are just the lessons. That's all. Thank you, Deirdre. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia, and all who walk on her back. All. There's no exclusion. Everybody that's on earth, everyone who has ever lived, everyone who ever will live, is included in that. For world peace, we have a program called 10 Million for World Peace. We work it every day. Attention to human trafficking, a program in the works. And support for parents of addicted children, another program in the works. And thank you, Deirdre, for lifting all of those up every day. Sally, prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless. And today, a special prayer for our homeless, once loved fur babies who are now out on the streets alone. Thank you for that, Sally. That happens so much. You know, somebody gets a present of a little puppy or a little kitten or whatever it might be, a snake, and then just can't handle it, or it's not what they expected or whatever, and it ends up alone outside in the world trying to fend for itself. So thank you for lifting up all of those animals of the world that are feeling lost and alone, as well as the people that happens to. Auntie Jean says, every now and then I hear a saying that has an effect on me. I want to share this one. Sometimes our path may take us through hell. When it does, walk through it like you own the place. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a saying that says, if you're going through hell, just keep going. Just keep on keeping on, because you know inside of you what to do. You know to pull on that beautiful spark of the divine that you are. Let's do that. Let's pull on that spark right now. Just breathe. Breathe into your heart center. Maybe you have to go through a hard shell to get to your heart. Maybe you've put up a defense after being hurt or being afraid of being hurt. Just take a breath and release. Breathe in love and release everything else. All the defenses, all the anger, anything that is not of love and light, let it go. Just let it go. Soften your energy field. Bring in that beautiful, amazing spark of the divine and let it grow as you breathe the oxygen into it. We all know what happens when a flame gets oxygen. It shines brighter. It becomes bigger. It puffs up. Let your heart puff up right now. Let that love that's on the inside start to grow. See the flame become a torch. Let's all become torches in this moment. Let that inner being that is the real you, let it shine through. You don't need any defenses. You're safe here. You're safe to say thank you, I love you. and mean it. You're safe to open your heart to receive those words from others. Thank you. I love you. Receive it right now in your heart. Receive the love that's coming your way. No matter what has happened, no matter what thing or things in your life you feel were failures or flaws, we all have those. We all do. No one is perfect. We've all done things or said things or felt things that were less than perfect, that were less than love. We've all judged others. We've all criticized. We've all stepped away from that light where we know that we're looking at ourselves when we look at other people. We've stepped away into the separation, the illusion of the separation. So right now, in this moment, let that illusion go. There is no separation. There is only love. There is only the field of consciousness that we are all together in. Nobody's outside of it. Nobody's standing on the other side of a door, not able to get through, because love is all inclusive. If you're hearing these words, whether you're hearing them in the now moment or later on, just take a look at your heart. Take a look at what might be covering up that beautiful light. Take a look at what might be pushing people away. Just breathe. Breathe in love. Let that love make your spark even hotter and burning higher and shining a light out into the world. That's why you're here. You want to know what your purpose is for being here? You want to know what your life is all about? That's it. That's it. It's not complicated. It's not this huge thing that you have to go on a mission to find out. It's only love. To see each other, to hold each other through thick and thin, through whatever comes our way, to not judge, but just love, to not see flaws, but to see the beauty inside of each one. Some have been battered a little more than others. That just makes you more beautiful. Breathe that in. Breathe in the love today. And as we look at those who ask for help, who ask us to carry them when they feel they can't walk, let's do that. Let's lift them together. I may not be able to carry one person, but those of us who are gathered here working together can carry that one person, can lift them up so that they can see their light. They can shed maybe some anger about their situation or worry or fear. Feeling loved is what heals. It starts the healing process on the inside. So let's shine love on every prayer request, lifting it up to the Creator and lovingly handing that over, releasing our part of it. Our part's just to love. And now let's look at each other. Just hold your hands out. Just hold them out and feel someone holding your hand on each side of you. Someone right now is holding you in love, looking at your name or thinking about what you look like in person, and just shining so much love on you, because that's what we do. We just love. And that is healing, my friends. That's the healing we receive. So as you hold your hand out, somebody's going to grab onto it, and somebody is going to say to you, thank you. I love you. That's our words, our magic words of healing that we do every day here, every day. So these are the words. Thank you. I love you. And we have our sweet Leo that is going to sing to us about the AAA and accept, align, allow, and just receive. As he sings the song, just receive the energy and let it flow through your heart. What a beautiful morning with all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life and a part of this beautiful family. So how about it, Leo? Sing to us. Good morning. It's time to get up and get ready. Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you, Andrea. Come on. Thank you, Charlie. Love right back to you. Thank you, Annie and Grayson, wrapping our arms around both. Sally and Tony, thank you. I love you. Robin, so good to hear your voice yesterday. Oh, thank you, Charlie, and you as well. Thank you, Auntie Jean, a beautiful, wise guru. Thank you, Isabel. I love you. Cheers, everybody, to a beautiful Friday. We are a winning team. Full of joy from day, yay. Every day is a cuppa full of joy. Thank you. I love you. Namaste, y'all. Deirdre's got the namaste, y'all down. Thank you. I love you. Namaste, y'all. Give me a cuppa full of joy. There's what? Accept, align, allow, the AAA, y'all. Oh my goodness, Robin. Well, I'm glad you stayed in Mississippi and didn't end up in Kansas. That's how I felt earlier this week with 100-mile-per-hour winds. Auntie Jean's going to help our Leo. Look at all these whoos with love. I love it. Brookie, Dylan, Max, we love you. Woo! And thank you for being here. Happy Friday and up to that higher plane. That's where we went today. We went up to a higher plane. Did you notice that? Did you notice how the vibration lifted by you being here? You did that. You, talking to you. So keep that love flowing. Keep all those judgments out of your world and just accept and love. That's what it's all about. I'll be back at 1:00 today, and we'll do a meditation at 1:11. And there's big rays coming in. Well, let's enjoy the heck out of those rays. Let's go out and play with them and dance with them. I love you. Namaste, y'all. I'll see you later.